Alright, so last time I was working on the rear end, still working on the rear end. As you can see, I got the jack under the spring plate. So I'm getting ready to take those out. I did have some luck. CIP1 is still shipping. So I ordered my two pan sections, that adjuster for the shift rod, and the little leaves on the backing plates that I broke. Those little guys right there. Just to replace those. So the backing plates are nice and painted, cleaned up. So are the drums and all the hardware now. Pretty much painted everything in the rear end. Since I'm taking out these torsion caps, I broke one of the bolts already. So I'm gonna have to get bolts for those. But I'm gonna take the caps out, wire brush them all, probably wire brush the leaves or the torsion springs themselves and get them nice and cleaned up. And you can see that I've got my bushings there for the arms. I did, let's see if I can get out of the shadow here, maybe get better light. I did get apart the arms and cleaned them up, painted them, everything except for the inside of the actual IRS. But they're nice and painted and everything. Again, this is not going to be a show car, so I wire wheeled them and then treated them with that Rust Converter Ultra, and then used rust reformer on top of that, and then just used some chassis paint. Again, I don't care if it's perfect. I honestly don't care if it dings or scratches or any of that stuff. That's not my concern. I just wanted to not rust, not potentially have anything that can rust all the way through and cause any actual real mechanical issues. So now I got to bang out these guys and put the new bushings in. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm waiting on my parts. I did hear that I called CIP1 because I put my order in, I guess, on the 31st. Today is like the 5th or 6th or something. I don't know. We're all quarantined, so I'm kind of losing track of my days. Because most of our VW parts supply places are in California, and California is pretty much on full-blown lockdown. I'm on the Illinois side. I'm 15 minutes from downtown St. Louis, but I am on the Illinois. I'm across the river. So we've been on a stay-at-home order for, I think we're on like day 15 or 6. Again, it's day 15, 16, something like that. I'm losing track of what day is what. But I am getting quite a bit done. So I took these guys out, sanded them down, got them nice and cleaned up. These are the pins for the arms that go in there. So I got them nice and clean. Rust reformed the inside of them after treating with Rust Converter Ultra, and then I put a light coat of clear over them just to protect them from potentially rusting as quickly. Again, don't care if they eventually rust. This will be a garage kept car anyway, and it's just going to be pretty much a weekend cruiser. But I will show it, of course, probably, and go to shows, but I'm not intending it to be a show car. So it's about fun. Cleaned up the shift rod. Just got to get my adjuster. But cleaned up all right. So once I get my adjuster and I can get that welded onto the end, then I can go ahead and put my bushing in. Which I think I got it out already. Got my bushing right here. So that guy's got to go in there. And then, of course, then I can work on what I'm going to use for the coupler. Yeah, I got plenty of parts coming in still. Those new floor pan sections, and pretty much everything I have on order right now I'm waiting on should be here this week. Should help me finalize the chassis, with the exception of tie rods and all that. I do have my steering box that I redid. So I'm in that order is the new lock plates, because I did not want to use the old lock plates. I just don't feel good about that. So that's the only reason that that's sitting there waiting to go in. Just put that gasket in. I just got that one from the only place I could find it was Bug City on the web. And I can actually link it, but it's actually a German seal. Just because I kept having oil coming out of here. So that took the largest impact socket I had to actually get that seat in there. But I wanted to make sure I resealed everything correctly. New plugs on it. It's nicely painted. I'm just waiting for the little lock plates, and then I can get back on the beam. Isn't that's sitting there waiting to go in. Transmount came out all right. Still some pitting and stuff in it, but you know, it's old. So, but it looks all right. It'll work. So here's what I was talking about. I don't know if you can see that. It's got the original VW logo on it. And it actually cleaned up. It was really, really greasy. But the grease probably kept it as nice as it is. The ribs on this one, and the way that it's made, I just think I like it better. I don't know. I'd like to see some comments or something, just see what anybody else thinks. Pretty sure all that hardware will work with this though. If not, I got the old stuff anyway. But just replace the bushings in it and use this, I think, is where I'm gonna go. I don't know that the design on this one, I mean, it doesn't have the ribs and everything. This is the HD version, so maybe the HD is better. I don't know. I'm kind of convinced that the original VW would probably be better, or if it's not the original VW, it was a VW replacement. So it's in there. The new one's in. First step. So the arms, the bushings in the arms were not the easiest to press out. They were in two pieces. These inserts were in two pieces, and I used a 19 and a 17, and the 19 is almost perfect. Then I used the 17 behind it because it was getting wedged in the rubber there. So then that would push it through the other one all the way through, and it fit, as you can see, straight through there. So, but the new ones actually went in pretty easily. They just pretty much pop in there with a little tap from the rubber mallet on each side of them, and then the shim there, the metal shim and the inside, just about 3 taps, and it was in. So they fit in there real nice. I'm still unsure of the urethane stuff. I'm going to use them here just because that's what my local supplier had, was the urethane versions. But I'm still not sure. I'm going to put the urethane on the front end, and I know I'm not putting. I'm doing the torsion bar cover plates and pulling them off. I'm waiting in the mail for the spring compressor, but putting the rubber ones in there, that is too much of a pain in the ass. I don't want to keep doing that. So I'm gonna do some math on it and do some research to see how many splines I should go. I'm looking for somewhere maybe around 3 inches. So hopefully I can do it in one whack, replace everything and lower it, which seeing it and making that real live adjustment without the body on it is going to be tough, but we'll see how it works. I'd be happy with somewhere around 3 inches. 4 would be max, and that's just because I got 2.5 inch drop spindles, and then I'm in the middle of my beam. So I'm thinking it's probably roughly right around 3.5 to 4 inches right now in the front end. So, but I do want a little bit of a rake, a little bit. So we'll see. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Got the new bushings in there. Alright, got me a nice little package from CIP1 today. Off to the side. Out. Another box still. So those are the 2 little tabs I needed for the backing plates, and these are the little clips on the backing plates that hold the e-brake in. This adjuster for the shift rod. Awesome. So we get all this stuff together and start cutting some pans. Yes. So we get those measured out and cut and get them in there. I do have to find the plate for the pedal that I have to weld in from the old one. Hopefully it's still on there. Yeah, I can get that off there. Anyway, that's where we're at. Start chopping that up, and that'll be for the next one. Do that, and then the adjuster for the shift rod. Take care.